Welcome back to my APBA Baseball Great Teams of the Past Season 2. This is the final series of week number 1, and it's Game 3 between the 1922 New York Giants and the 1929 Chicago Cubs. So far, they've split the first 2 games of this series. The Cubs won Game 1 6-5 in 14 innings. Chicago took a 4-0 lead after 5. The Giants tied it up at 4 after 8 innings. Both teams scored once in the 12th inning. And finally, in the bottom of the 14th, Chicago's Rogers Hornsby had a 2-out walk-off RBI single. Then in game number 2, Giants came out on top 5-2. Irish Musial hit a 2-run homer in the 4th, putting the Giants ahead to stay. Phil Douglas had a complete game win. So action now shifts to New York and the Polo Grounds for game number 3 of this series. Again, it's the first week of the season. We've already had 3 series in the books. 22 St. Louis Browns and the 27 New York Yankees split their 4-game series. The 25 Washington Senators and the 1930 St. Louis Cardinals also split a 4-game series. And the 1920 Cleveland Indians took 3 out of 4 from the 1919 Cincinnati Reds. So here we go, Cubs at Giants. Starting lineup for the Cubs, leading off playing third base, Norm McMillan. Woody English batting second, playing shortstop. Roger Hornsby is at second base. Hack Wilson, cleanup hitter, playing center field. Kiki Kyler's in right field. Riggs Stevenson's in left. Charlie Grimm's the first baseman. Zach Taylor is the catcher. And on the mound for the Cubs will be Sheriff Blake. For the Giants, Dave Bancroft is the leadoff hitter. He'll play shortstop. Heine Groh is the third baseman. Frankie Frisch is at second base. Irish Musial batting cleanup, playing left field. Ross Youngs is in right field. George Kelly's the first baseman. Casey Stengel's in center field. Frank Snyder's behind the plate. And the starting pitcher for the Giants is Rosie Ryan. So let's get started. Chicago in the top of the first. It'll be Norm McMillan. McMillan 2 for 9 in the first 2 games of this series. And he gets things started. Line drive into center field. It'll drop in for a base hit. That'll bring Woody English to the plate. English also 2 for 9 in the first 2 games of this series. First pitch is taken. Norm McMillan's going on the pitch. He is going to get thrown out on the attempted steal. He's out. He's arguing with the umpire. He thinks he's safe. The umpire says he's out. And Norm McMillan, that's the second bat of the game. He's just been ejected from the contest. Oh my goodness. That is quite a start to this contest. Norm McMillan of the Cubs ejected from the contest, and that is the first out of the game. So Woody English will come up. 1 out, nobody on now. He's going to hit a ground ball to the left side, taken by Dave Bancroft at short, thrown over to first for the second out. Roger Hornsby's at the plate. Amazing card here, 380 batting average, 39 home runs, 149 RBIs. He's batting .500, 4 for 8, with a few walks so far in this early season. This time he is going to hit a fly ball to center field. Stengel has it for the third out. So not quite 3 up, 3 down, but the Cubs are retired. We're going to have to find a replacement player for the third baseman, Norm McMillan. And looks like Clyde Beck will be the replacement. So we go to the bottom of the first. Now the Giants have a chance. Dave Bancroft to lead it off. 0 for 11 in the first 2 games of the season. And just like that, he's going to get his first hit of the year. He singles into right field, and the Giants have a runner on base. Heine Groh's turn. He's going to look to 265 hitter, 1 for 9 so far this season. He's going to look to sacrifice. And he's not going to get it down because Sheriff Blake, who is wild, can't find the strike zone. He's going to walk Groh. Now the Giants have something going here, perhaps. Runners on first and second. Nobody out for Frankie Frisch. Frisch just 1 for 12. An 0.83 average in the first 2 games. Not good for the Giants. Ground ball to short, double play ball. English over to second. Hornsby throws over to first, double play. First 2 outs of the inning, but Dave Bancroft will advance to third base. So the cleanup hitter, Irish Musial, comes to the plate. Runner on third with 2 outs. Musial 3 for 12 with the aforementioned home run. And that's not going to get it done. Fly ball to right field. Kiki Kyler has it for the third out. So the Giants threaten, but nothing there. We've played 1 inning, and there is no score. Hack Wilson leads it off for the Cubs. Wilson, fantastic card here. 345 average, 39 home runs, 159 RBIs. However, he is just 1 for 8. Hasn't yet driven in a run this season. That, however, he is going to line one into the outfield and get this inning started with a single. So runner on first for Kiki Kyler. Kyler 0 for 8 so far this season. Still looking for his first hit. 360 hitter, however. Kyler hit by the pitch, hit by Rosie Ryan, and now it's the Cubs' turn to put runners on first and second and nobody out. Check something on the Giants here. Okay, the Giants are the 2 fielding in case that comes into play. Riggs Stevenson's the hitter. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. Stevenson just 1 for 8 in the first 2 games. That hit was a triple. Might be something good here as he rolls a 44. 7 is going to turn into a single into left field. Runner is going to score unless he's slow. Hack Wilson not slow. So Hack Wilson comes home with the first run of the game. Kiki Kyler is going to move over to third base. And it's 1-0 Cubs here in the top of the second. Still nobody out. Runners at the corners for Charlie Grimm. Grimm batting 200. Did drive in 3 runs. Had a home run in the first 2 games. This time, however, let's see. This early in the game, we'll say the Giants are playing deep. That result is going to be ground ball to second base. Frisch has it over to Bancroft. It's covering second. Then on to George Kelly at first. Double play, but Kiki Kyler will score for the second run. So 2 outs, but second run scores. It's 2-0 Cubs. Nobody on the plate, nobody on base now for Zach Taylor. Taylor hitting 100, 1 for 10 so far. Ground ball to Frankie Frisch at second base, and he boots it. So the inning continues on the air. Zach Taylor reaches first base. That'll bring up the pitcher, Sheriff Blake. Blake's going to hit a fly ball towards right, but routine. Ross Youngs has it, and that's the third out. Cubs score twice. They take a 2-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the second. Ross Youngs will lead it off. 2 for 9 with a team-high 3 runs scored in the first 2 games. Hits it toward the outfield. Hack Wilson's going to track it down. He makes the catch for the first out. George Kelly, 3 for 8, 375 average after 2 games. Ground ball to the shortstop, Woody English. His throw takes Charlie Grimm off the bag at first base. George Kelly's going to be safe and give English the error on the bad throw. So runner on first, 1 out. Casey Stengel comes up. Stengel, 375 average, 3 for 8 so far. And Sheriff Blake will set him down on strikes for the second out. Catcher Frank Snyder comes up. 1 runner on, 2 outs. Snyder hitting 333, 3 for 9. And he's going to add to it as he puts a ball into right field. It's going to fall in front of Kyler. George Kelly moving quickly. He's going to get all the way to third base. And we've got runners on first and third, 2 out. But it'll be the pitcher coming to the plate, Rosie Ryan. And Ryan will strike out. Blake gets out of another jam. And now we've played 2 innings. Cubs still lead 2-0. So here's Clyde Beck for the Cubs. Replaced McMillan when McMillan was ejected in the top of the first after being called out on a steal attempt. And Rosie Ryan will strike out Beck for the first out. Woody English rounded out his first time up. Fly ball into center field. Casey Stengel should have it, but it's off his glove. He fails to make the catch. And Woody English is on first base after the Giants' second error of the game. Here's Rogers Hornsby, flew out first time up. And he's going to hit another fly ball, also catchable. This one in left field, Irish Musial has it, and that's the second out. Hack Wilson singled in his first appearance today. And he's going to do something good here as he rolls the 33. That is a drive to left center field to the wall. Musial and Stengel are both chasing after it. English is going to score. Wilson's going to keep running all the way to third base, and he slides in safely with an RBI triple. 3-0 Cubs here now in the top of the third. So Wilson drives in his first run of the season. Kyler comes to the plate, was hit by a pitch first time up. It's a line drive to the left side, but Heine Grove's going to snare it, and that is the third out. Cubs add one. They lead 3-0 heading to the bottom of the third. Giants have in the top of the order Dave Bancroft singled his first time up. This time, ground ball right side. Hornsby has it. Throws it over to Charlie Grimm for the first out. Heine Grove walked previously, and he is going to draw a walk for the second time today. He's on first with one out. Here's Frankie Frisch. Grounded out first time up. Blake showing some wildness here, walks Frisch, and now runners on first and second with one out. Irish Musel's at the plate. Flew out the first time up. Musel hits a comebacker to the pitcher. Sheriff Blake knocks it down. His only play is to first. That's going to let Grove advance to third base. Frisch advance to second base. Runners on second and third for Ross Youngs. 0 for 1. Youngs drives one into left. It's going to get down. It's going to be a base hit. Grove's going to score. They're waving Frisch home. He's going to score. And now the Giants have scored twice. They've cut the deficit to 3-2. On the next pitch, Ross Young steals second base, and that will give George Kelly a chance. The tying run in scoring position, 2 outs. Kelly reached base on an error his first time up. He is going to just, however, pop it up to the infield. The shortstop, Woody English, is under it. He makes the catch for the third out. 2 runs for the Giants, however, and after 3 innings to complete, Chicago 3, New York 2. Rig Stevenson will lead it off for the Cubs. Base hit in his first appearance. And he is going to get another one here. He rips one into right center field. It's to the wall, and he is going to walk into second base with a stand-up double. So nobody out. Cubs already have another runner in scoring position. Charlie Grimm grounded out the first time up. Ground ball to the right side. Frankie Frisch goes and gets it, tosses it over to George Kelly. That'll be the first out. Rig Stevenson, though, advances to third base. And that will bring up the catcher, Zach Taylor. Taylor reached on an error the first time. This time, he's going to pop it up. George Kelly, the first baseman, is under it. He makes the catch for the second out. Pitcher, Sheriff Blake, flew out his first time up. And Ryan can't find the strike zone against Blake. Issues a walk to the other pitcher. And that puts runners on first and third. 2 outs. Here's Clyde Beck, struck out his first time up. And he's not going to be able to get it done. Infield pop-up. Frankie Frisch calls for it. He's got it. And that's out number 3. So we go to the bottom of the 4th. Casey Stengel will lead it off. Struck out his first time up. He'll get a hold of this one. Drive to center field, but Hack Wilson's going to run it down for the first out. Frank Snyder singled last time up. This time, ground ball, right side. First baseman Charlie Grimm has it. He takes it himself, out number 2. Here's the pitcher, Rosie Ryan, struck out first time and strikes out the second time. So 1-2-3 inning for Sheriff Blake. And now we go to the top of the 5th. Cubs still leading 3-2. Woody English 0 for 2 today. Ground ball toward third base. Heine Groh has it. Throws it over to first. 1 away. Rogers Hornsby 0 for 2 has flown out twice. And this time he is going to be struck out by Rosie Ryan. Out number 2. Hack Wilson, single and a triple so far already this game. Won't be able to do anything with this one, though. Pops it up. Dave Bancroft has it. And makes the catch for out number 3. So another 1-2-3 inning there. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. Top of the order for the Giants, Dave Bancroft. 1 for 2 so far. Ground ball up the middle. Woody English, the shortstop, is going to get there, though. He picks up the grounder, throws it over to first. That's out number 1. Heine Groh's walked twice. And now he has walked 3 times, so showing a good batting eye there to get back on base. 3 walks. And that'll bring Frankie Frisch to the plate with 1 out. Ground ball to third. Clyde Beck has it. He goes to second. Roger Hornsby makes the turn over to first. Double play. And that retires the side. After 5 innings, it is still Chicago 3, New York 2. Here's Kiki Kyler, 0 for 1 and was hit by a pitch. This is going to be a liner over the shortstop's head. It's going to drop in. Base hit for Kiki Kyler. Rig Stevenson's 2 for 2 with a single and a double. He hits one into left, but Irish Musel's going to run this one down, and there's 1 out. Charlie Grimm's 0 for 2 with a pair of groundouts. First roll, 2 balls. Second roll, ground ball to short. Bancroft has it, goes over to Frisch, gets the runner, tries to go to first, can't get the double play. Grimm's aboard, but Kyler slid into second. Something happened to him, and it looks like he is going to have to come out of the game. So the Cubs had already lost 1 player who was ejected. Now Kiki Kyler injured on the play. and we're going to have to replace him. So we'll do that in just a moment. Two outs now. Runner on first for Zach Taylor. He's 0 for 2. And routine ground ball to second. Frisch has it over to first for the third out. All right, so we have to find an outfielder to replace Kiki Kyler. We will give them. Kiki Kyler is replaced by Cliff Heathcote. So Cubs are down 2 starters as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Irish Musial to lead things off for the Giants. Musial's 0 for 2. And now he is 1 for 3. As he puts a ball into right, that'll fall in for a single. Ross Youngs down by 1 in the 6th. We're going to let Youngs try to sacrifice, I think, here. And that is going to be successful. The pitcher picks it up. His only play is to first base. The second baseman covering. Musial goes to second base. And there's 1 out. Here's George Kelly, 0 for 2. And Sheriff Blake will strike him out for the second out of the inning. Casey Stengel's turn. Again, runner in scoring position, runner on second, 2 outs. Stengel 0 for 2 today. Hits it to the right side. Hornsby's not going to get there. It's into right field. They're going to send Irish Musial. He is a fast runner, and he is going to score the tying run. We're all knotted up at 3-3. Casey Stengel comes through with a big 2-out hit. We're all tied up. Frank Snyder looks to keep it going. He is 1 for 2 so far. Ground ball to second. Hornsby's going to get this one. Throw it over to first for the third out. So, brand new ball game, top of the 7th, all tied at 3. Sheriff Blake, the pitcher, will lead things off. 0 for 1 with a walk. And Ryan, struggling again here, issues the walk to Blake for the second time today. Good time for a sacrifice bunt. Clyde Beck, just a .211 hitter and already 0 for 2, so he'll try to move the runner over. He is not going to be successful, though. Bunts it, but Kelly, the first baseman, is going to get it. He's going to go to second, and he's going to get the lead runner out. So the bunt doesn't work, and now there's 1 out. Runner on first for Woody English. 0 for 3 so far. Rosie Ryan strikes him out. Out number 2. Here's Rogers Hornsby. He was 4 for 8 in the first 2 games of the season, but 0 for 3 so far today. And Ryan, wild again, this time pitch gets by everybody, goes to the backstop. Clyde Beck advances to second base on the wild pitch. So now Hornsby, 149 RBIs in 1929. He's got a runner in scoring position. but he is going to hit one back to Ryan. He's going to pick up the grounder, throw it over to first, and that's out number 3. Tough day for Hornady. Pitcher Ryan will lead it off here in the bottom of the 7th. He's 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts. This time, however, able to connect with it, and not just connect with it. He sends it into right field. It's going to fall in front of Heathcote for a base hit. So good start with the Giants as the pitcher is aboard with nobody out. Dave Bancroft's 1 for 3. He's going to look to bunt Ryan over. It's going to work. Pitcher picks it up, but can only go to first for the first out. Ryan moves to second base, and that brings up Heine Groh. He of the walk so far this game. First base open. This one, he's not going to walk. He's going to make contact. He's going to send the ball to left field, but Riggs Stevenson is going to catch it, and that's out number 2. Frankie Frisch now 0 for 2 with a walk. 2 outs, runner on second. And he is going to draw a walk. There's now first and second, 2 outs for Irish Musial. 1 for 3, singled his last time up. Drive to right field, not deep enough. Cliff Heathcote has it for the 3rd out. And now we are through 7 innings. We are still tied at 3. Hack Wilson will lead things off in the top of the 8th. 2 for 3. That's a triple. Ground ball up the middle. Frankie Frisch will get it. He'll throw it over to first. 1 away. So Kiki Kyler injured a couple of innings ago. He was replaced by Cliff Heathcote. So Heathcote coming to the plate for the first time. He is going to draw a walk. So runner on first with 1 out for Riggs Stevenson. Stevenson 2 for 3 with a double. He is going to draw a walk. So Ryan having some control issues here again. First and second, 1 out for Charlie Grimm. He's 0 for 3 today. Grimm hits one in the hole between third and short. Bancroft able to knock it down, but has no play. That's going to be an infield single, and that's going to load up the bases with 1 out for Zach Taylor. All right, only 1 out. We're going to say the Giants are playing the infield in. Taylor's 0 for 3. Taylor pops it up on the right side. George Kelly has it, and that's the 2nd out. Sheriff Blake, the pitcher, coming up 0 for 1 with a couple of walks. Do we want to consider a pinch hitter here? Top of the 8th. Blake's line. 7 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 5 walks. He is a wild pitcher. All right, we're going to pull Blake. We're going to bring in Mike Gonzalez to pinch hit. If he can do something with the bases loaded and 2 outs. And he will not. Ryan strikes him out for out number 3, gets out of another jam. So the Cubs are going to need a new pitcher. We're going to go to Hal Carlson, who has the Z rating and is at least not wild. So he comes out, Carlson goes in. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Ross Young's leading off for the Giants. 1 for 2, sacrificed bunt the last time up. Sends one into right field, and it is going to get down for a base hit. Leadoff single for Ross Young's. Now here's George Kelly. 0 for 3 today. I think we're going to have Kelly try to bunt. And it will be successful. Puts it down on the right side. First baseman tosses it over to the second baseman, covering first. So Kelly sacrifices. Puts Young's into scoring position. Casey Stengel comes to play with 1 out. 1 for 3, singled his last time up. And Casey Stengel does it again, drives into right. It's in for a base hit. Ross Young's going to score from second base. And the Giants now lead 4-3. First lead of the game for the Giants. Chicago led this one 3-0. Giants have come back and scored the last 4 runs. Now we're in the bottom of the 8th. The Giants have the lead. Chance to add more to it, though. Here's Frank Snyder, 1 for 3. Still just 1 out. Ground ball to third. Beck has it. Throws it to Hornsby at second. Over to Charlie Grimm. That's a double play. And the end of the inning. So we go to the 9th. Last chance for the Cubs. They're at the top of the order, however. Clyde Beck will be the first hitter. 0 for 3 since coming in. And he will strike out for the second time today. Woody English. He's 0 for 4. And he will strike out. 2 straight strikeouts for Ryan. The Cubs are down to the last out. It's Rogers Hornsby, 0 for 4. After collecting 4 hits in the first 2 games. None today. Needs 1 here. And he gets it. He sends it into right field. It falls in for a base hit. Cubs still alive. Hack Wilson, 2 for 4. Singled and tripled in his first 2 at-bats. Ground ball on the right side. Frankie Frisch has it. Throws it over to first. And that's the ball game. Our final score, New York 4, Chicago 3. The 1922 Giants, 4 runs on 8 hits. They made 2 errors, left 7 runners on base. The 1929 Chicago Cubs, 3 runs on 8 hits. They made 1 error, left 10 runners on base. Giants, 8 hits, as we said. Ross Youngs and Casey Stengel, they both had 2 hits. They both drove in 2 runs. Rosie Ryan, the complete game win, gave up 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, 4 walks, and 6 strikeouts. For the Cubs, of their 8 hits, Hack Wilson and Riggs Stevenson both had 2 hits. Sheriff Blake, 7 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, all of them earned, gave up 5 walks and 4 strikeouts. Hal Carlson in relief, who took the loss, pitched the 1 inning, gave up the 1 run. So that's it from Game 3 of this series. The Giants have now won 2 of the first 3. Game 4 to come. You'll be able to find the box scores, the recaps, all the write-ups from this series on the website, rogersportsgames.com. And then soon after that, this is the last series of week number 1. So soon after that, we'll have up the week 1 recap with standings and league leaders. So hoped you enjoyed this game from the Polo Grounds. The Giants victorious over the Cubs 4-3. Thanks for watching. We'll be back again soon with Great Teams of the Past Season 2.